Gentleman from Florida, Ted Deutch, for 2 minutes.
The gentleman is recognized for 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I thank my good friend, Mr. Conyers. Mr. Speaker, the Lawsuit Abuse Reduction Act is, make no mistake, little more than a GOP effort to turn back the clock on civil rights, on consumer protection, and on justice in America. I urge my colleagues to vote against it. To most people, what this bill is sounds harmless. It reinstates the 1983 version of Rule 11 in our federal civil procedure. Indeed, the legislation is full of legal jargon and obscure technical language, but the American people still need to know why it is that the majority wants to go back to 1983 so badly. They want to reinstate the 1983 rule for the very reason it was taken away in the first place. It unfairly disadvantaged consumers, employees, and other ordinary Americans that tried to take on big corporations in our court system. The Lawsuit Abuse Reduction Act doesn't stop frivolous lawsuits. It only makes it easier for corporations to file frivolous lawsuits for the sole purpose of delaying the legal process and driving up the cost of litigation. These tactics aim to make the price of justice too expensive for ordinary Americans, especially in cases involving consumer and civil rights. You don't have to take my word for it. Studies have shown that civil rights and discrimination cases made up just 11.4% of the federal court docket, but 22% of the cases derailed by this rule. History has shown us that the 1983 version of Rule 11 will further disadvantage everyday people with legitimate claims against corporations with deep pockets. Mr. Speaker, the current rule was developed by a judicial panel and embraced by judges across the country. They are the ones who hear the cases. They are the ones who receive and consider the unique facts of each case. They are the ones who are in the position to make the decision whether the landmark civil rights and consumer rights cases of our time should go forward in our legal process, not the United States House of Representatives. I ask my colleagues, stand up for everyday Americans' access to justice. Vote no on this bad bill.
Gentleman's time has expired. Gentleman from